Hi folks, and welcome back to the Grumpy Gamer channel. That's it, you guessed it. This is that channel we get to see this old git talk about modern games. Well, we're back folks, finally we're back. Crikey, it must have been a couple of months since I've actually posted a video. I've been so busy over the last couple of months with my shows and everything like that, been traveling around, and really I haven't had much time. I haven't really picked up many new VR games. I know over May there was quite a few come out. You know, the Midnight Walk was one. Yeah, I didn't pick that up. I was going to, but then the resolution seems pretty poo and they're trying to sort that out. So I thought, well, I'll leave that. I'm still, when I do get time to game, I've got other games I'm playing anyway. But the reason for today's video, I wanted to talk about two things. First of all, yesterday was out, I saw the first reveal of Resident Evil 9 Requiem. Now I haven't got a clue. Looking at that trailer, I haven't got a clue who that is in there, who the character is, the main leading lady. I don't know. Was her name? No, it wasn't Jill. Can't remember what it was. Anyway, so it wasn't. I know it wasn't Jill Valentine. I can't remember her name. Anyway, so it didn't really give much away, to be fair. And it certainly didn't give away that there's going to be VR coming. Having said that, I think when the remake of Resident Evil 4 first came out, I bought it. It was flat screen and there was no mention then about VR. And I got about halfway through the game. Now, I'd never played Resident Evil 4 before when it first came out. I don't know why I didn't play that. I played the first three, missed number 4 and jumped on at number 5 again. So I'd never played it. So I got about halfway through. Then we heard that, oh no, the VR mode is coming. And I put the game down because I wanted to experience the whole thing in VR, which I did. And it was fantastic. So I'm hoping that just because they didn't mention it now, that doesn't mean that VR isn't coming. And I mean, I can't see why it wouldn't. You know, Resident Evil games, once you've played them in VR, there really is no comparison to then going back and playing them on flat screen. So I'm going to be waiting. If there's no mention of it around release, which I think there will be, I still might hold off picking it up and waiting to get a definite on whether there's VR. If there's definitely not VR, I'll probably still play it, to be fair. It looks like a complete change of story, so I don't know again where this story belongs, whether it's in the early days of Resident Evil, where it stands on within the stories of Resi. Have no idea. To me, it looks like a brand new story, but I've got to play it in VR. I can't see why Capcom wouldn't do a VR mode. After 7, after 4, after 8, it would be a bit weird if they didn't do this one in VR. Anyway, so on to the next thing. Right. Now, I know for a long time it's been said that Undead Citadel is coming to the PSVR2. And a lot of us have been waiting patiently for this game to come. Well, I buckled the other day and I picked it up on the Quest 3. And to be honest, I wish I hadn't, because oh dear, what can I say about this game on the Quest 3? There's so many things I don't like about it. One, it just looks a greasy mess in a Quest 3 headset. It doesn't look great. I think they only chose 2 colors to do the whole game in, which was brown and gray, and that's about it. You know, so looks wise, it does not look great. And of course, I'm comparing it to games on the PSVR2. And I know, yes, there is a bit of a drop when you come from the PSVR2 down to the Quest, just because it's a standalone headset. You know, I know that the Quest 3, when you link it up with a PC, is great. But of course, I don't have a gaming PC. So there is going to be a drop for me when I come from used to PSVR2 games down to Quest games, Quest 3 games. So it doesn't look great to start with. And then the thing that really bugs me the most is the collision detection and I can't even really say feedback, the lack of feedback that it has. You know, if you're used to playing games, or if you're putting it up against games like Legendary Tales, which has amazing melee combat, or Swordsman on the PSVR2, I mean, it just does not compare. The weapons, there's no real weight to them. It doesn't give you the illusion of weight, really. And when you do, you don't even know half the time that you've hit your opponent, because it's literally, there's just nothing there. There's literally no feedback in the controllers. A tiny little buzz. So I have done this before. I've gone and bought a game on the Quest because I've been too impatient to wait for it to come to PSVR2, and then it's actually put me off the game. Another one was Ghosts of Tabor. I was going to buy that on the PSVR2, but because it came out free on Quest Plus, I thought, oh, well, I'll give it a try then. And it just put me off. I found it awful on Quest. So now I haven't bought it on the PSVR2. It sort of tarnished it. So I think it might be the same for Undead Citadel. It might have tarnished it for me. You know, I would have definitely got it straight away on the PSVR2, but now I'm not so sure. I'm going to play a little bit more of it. I've only played it for about half an hour tops, and before I turned it off. But we'll see what the reviews are like when it comes out or gets closer to being released on the PSVR2. But personally, yeah, I wouldn't get too excited, because it's not just about how it looks or the feedback or anything like that. It's the actual gameplay. You know, I mean, I can't remember how old this game actually is now, but it's a few years old. It's not a new game, and already that's starting to show. You know, like I say, that the sword play itself is not great at all. But there we go. That's just my opinion on it, folks. What do you think? Have you got Undead Citadel on the Quest? If you have, has it put you off buying it on the PSVR2? You know, it might be all singing or dancing on the PSVR2. The graphics, I'm sure, going to be better. I don't know how much better, but they're going to be better. The colors are going to be much better, that's for sure. And obviously, with the haptics in the controllers on the PSVR2, it should be much better. But yeah, let me know if you've got it on the Quest. Are you planning to pick it up when it eventually comes to PSVR2? Or playing it on the Quest, has that put you off getting it on the PSVR2? Let me know down in the comments. Anyway, folks, yes, I'm back. It's nice to be back. So I hope you have a fantastic day. I hope you play some fantastic games. And until next time, folks, I shall see you guys on the other side. Adios.